Making an impact this week, former Lieutenant Governor Jennifer Carroll opens up about her time in Tallahassee with Rick Scott, the details behind her resignation and why she was shocked to be his number 2 in the first place. Most voters are focusing on Rick Scott versus Charlie Crist in the governor's race, but Libertarian candidate Adrian Wiley is here to lay out his unique vision for the Sunshine State. And a former UM and NFL star receiver is weighing in on the controversy surrounding the league. We've got Randall Thrillhill's take.
This is NBC6 Impact, and I'm your host, Jackie Nespral. We are getting closer to Election Day on November 4th, and all eyes are on the race for the governor's mansion. But the race is more than incumbent Rick Scott against former Governor Charlie Crist. Libertarian candidate Adrian Wiley is hoping to break the two-party hold on the major offices here in Florida. Mr. Wiley is joining me now on Impact. He's a small business owner, a radio personality, and a father of 2 boys. Thanks so much for joining us here on Impact.
Thanks for having me, Jackie. Good to be here.
So for the past couple of weeks, we've had the other 2 gubernatorial candidates, Charlie Crist and Governor Rick Scott. And quite frankly, when the residents of Florida go to the polls in November, many people will recognize those 2 names, but they'll look at Adrian Wiley and they won't know who you are, and they won't know much about the Libertarian Party. So here's your forum to talk about yourself.
Well, you know, I think that's changing. Actually, a recent Mason-Dixon poll showed us that a little over 20% name recognition in the state of Florida, and that's growing fast. But, you know, I'm just a middle-class guy, small business owner, husband, father. I'm the former chairman of the Libertarian Party of Florida, former syndicated radio talk show host, and just someone who is frustrated by the path our country has taken, by the path that our state has taken, by the corruption. And I decided to stand up and do something about it.
And why the Libertarian Party?
Well, the Libertarian Party is, I've been involved with the Libertarian Party for about 20 years. And it really is, I believe, without question, the best party out there because it incorporates, you know, economic freedom and individual liberty. It's the party that has the philosophy that government should be limited and we should get government out of our wallets, out of our bedroom, and out of our business. So I think that that is a very appealing philosophy for a lot of people, and it's what I believe at my core.
The latest Mason-Dixon T51 poll showed that the #1 issue that Floridians are concerned about is the economy and jobs. Right. And you have said that in your campaign, keep your money, cut the state budget, so less taxes are needed. How would you do that, and what would you cut from the budget?
Well, pretty much we can cut from the budget across the board. There is so much waste, fraud, and abuse and cronyism in the state budget. You know, we actually have a larger state budget than Russia's defense budget. It's $77 billion.
In the state of Florida?
In the state of Florida.
And I sat down with one-on-one over the last 2 weeks, as I mentioned earlier, with Governor Rick Scott and Democratic nominee Charlie Crist here on Impact. To check out those reports, log on to NBC6.com and search Impact. Still to come, the ousted Lieutenant Governor is speaking out about how Governor Scott...
This fall, there are more reasons to watch NBC6. New faces.
And there's both.
New drama.
It's called The Blacklist.
New laughs. And The Voice is back. Then at 11, see the latest stories, live breaking news when it happens, as it happens. Get an in-depth look at your First Alert weather forecast to help you plan for tomorrow. Watch the news at 11, on air, online, and on the go. NBC6 South Florida is everywhere.
Joining me now is former Dolphins and Hurricanes receiver Randall Thrillhill, who has a unique perspective on the domestic violence controversy. Your look with the vice president's agenda in Iowa, plus Rick Scott's former #2 explains why she's disappointed with how she left Tallahassee. Next. Joining me now is former Lieutenant Governor Jennifer Carroll, who served as Rick Scott's #2 for just over 2 years before resigning. Mrs. Carroll, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jackie.
Well, Governor Scott's campaign only issued this short statement, quote, Jennifer Carroll made the right decision for her family by resigning. Finally, our lighter look at politics. Jimmy Fallon breaks down the vice president's visit to Iowa in the lead up to Decision 2016. None of us. Thank you so much for watching NBC6 Impact. We are looking to bring you the stories that impact you and your community. If you have a story idea, send me a tweet at Jackie NBC6. Meet the Press is next, and we'll see you back here next week.